And the ironic thing is that these protesters, or sorry, the mob, might end up being the reason that Trump gets impeached or has to resign from office.
I love it. I love it.
That's the ironic part.
And I didn't really care if he did get impeached. Oh wow, impeached. I didn't care if he got impeached before. Wouldn't mind seeing him impeached, but I think kinda off a weak. I didn't think it wasn't off of good grounds. Good grounds, sure, but the remove a president, I don't know.
But the question then becomes, Ryan, and what do you impeach him for?
This one,
Yeah.
I don't know the legal term, but I would say something around the coup area. I think, I mean, the guy talks plenty. I think if you get a halfway decent lawyer with all his tweets and videos, you can easily make the case that this man, whether on purpose or negligently, he caused this shit. Over the
Yeah.
past 5 years, this this shit was nowhere near, like, who would have ever imagined this 5 years ago?
Never,
2 years
never.
ago, I imagined much worse. 2 weeks ago, I told you much. Like, I think I was telling you, like, a friend of mine was saying, like, they're gonna have to we're gonna have a civil war for this. I was like, they're gonna fight on their way out of White House, but we're not gonna have a coup. Kind of ate my own words yesterday. I don't think it was a coup. I think it was a coup of clucks. A bunch of fucking dumbasses all around the country united. Sounds like Lollapalooza. But this one,
You ain't wrong. Uh, yeah. I mean, I'm also not familiar with the legalities of impeachment. I mean, if they can, they should. And
12 days left.
I don't care. I'm in the mentality. I don't care if there's one day left. If there's
Because I'm very nervous over the next 12 days, as we've talked about. We're very tense waters with a lot of countries, and I'm not a brilliant guy, but if I was trying to take out a superpower that can wipe me off the face of the earth, best time to strike would be when they're tearing themselves apart. And that's why, like, Tuesday, I was glued to that TV. I was almost certain, after that conspiracy mind again, I thought it was with the help of a foreign power. I was like, this is straight out of a fucking move. Like, I would think if I was a superpower, I could plan this shit so easily. For 2 months, you got this shit to plan. You get enough people angry, you get them to be your distraction, and then you have one or two people that you put in there to get through there. Like, it's so fucking. And to think how easy it is.
well, and and to go off of that, right? Like they are doing that actively. Like it was in the Mueller report, right? They're actively funding these crazy groups that are propagating these conspiracy theories and likely to take action about it. They are being funded by, Russia and other certain other groups. And you have a president who, as you say, we know that the media does have a tendency to paint him as a monster, but I've talked about this before, is like he has a body of work where he does not give a fuck about what's normal. Like no matter where you are on that political spectrum, the way he's handled his businesses. I mean, report after report how he's not paid his bills. Report after report about how many people he screwed over, or yada yada yada. He doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna do whatever it takes for him to win, and winning. It's all he talks about is win, 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 right? He doesn't care about rules. He doesn't care about cordialities and normalcy and certain norms and rules that you have to follow, which are so important in democracy, right? There aren't these like rules that all congressmen and senators have to follow. If they that like they can
The
really do
rule,
whatever.
because over 200 years, we figured out, like, if you break this, you're gonna cause some shit.
Exactly.
Like, you
Trump
tell
does not give.
that their entire system is flawed. Well, guess what? Some Americans might not believe in the system, and therefore the system should be torn down. What the fuck do you expect, man?
Yeah. And that's why I
Well, I think
truly.
he can and should be charged on willful, if this is the right term, willful negligence.
Yeah. If that's something that can be done, like I don't care if it's one day, like
I want the man,
he.
like, maybe not charged. I don't like sending a former president to jail, but fuck this man.
Yeah.
I I appreciated him winning in a little aspect that maybe it would wake up the left. It woke him up, but not in the fucking way I wanted to. It woke him up to even, I don't know. Both sides are even crazier now. But
They are.
fuck them. Fuck them all, but fuck him specifically.
And and to be fair, like Trump is a, not to get too philosophical, but Trump is a symptom of what's already been happening, right? Like this is a culmination of the way we've divided ourselves as a result of media polarization, technology, all these kinds of things. Like Trump is a byproduct of this. That's why he got elected. Does it get better after this? I don't know. Does we've seen only the media get more and more polarized. I just even without a Trump really being the bullhead on these things, I maybe this is a wake up call. This big siege. Maybe this is finally a time where people are like, you know what? We've all taken this shit too
I
far.
hope, I fucking hope. I hope this is a 9/11 where we only had to lose 5 lives.
Yeah,
So we got much bigger problems than each other, guys.
for
Fucking
real.
put away our differences and storm the Capitol together. Let's get our stimulus checks.
I know it's like people are so poor. Like the last thing they give a fuck about right now are election irregularities, like for real. And like to give Trump an ounce of credit, he was the one saying that he wanted $2,000 worth. He was actually one trying to, like, that's the ironic thing, right? Right? We're
God,
like,
laughing with Bernie Sanders' video. He's like, you might be surprised, but Trump is actually right about this. I'm like, all right, Bernie. It's been a bit since I enjoyed watching your video. I feel like there's still so much more to cover on this whole fucking thing. I just don't know where to go.
yeah, there are so many different angles to this that so many lenses that you can look through, so many angles you can take. It really is.
Little fun fact for anyone listening. Hitler's first attempt at a coup was in 1922, I believe, and then he came in power 10 years later. So failed coup does not mean you're out of the game.
Mm.
Especially when you have a second term you could run for.
And I hate to use a Hitler reference because
I hate him, but
there's so much severity.
with Trump sometimes.
Right. And that's where I was gonna go is that how he came into power because he utilized the dissent at the time between the population to fuel his candidacy for power. Like, and then more and more, he gave more and more power to himself over time. And he used that populism. I mean, people talk about he was a fantastic orator slash speech giver. You know, like people bought what he was giving. People were drinking his juice. You can see that same similarity in Trump. People are buying his juice.
Juice or drinking his juice? Haha.
Uh,
Do you think the impeachment's gonna go through?
actually, oh man,